Hello Aaron, it is Friday, September 22nd, and I can't listen to Hamilton right now. I can't listen to Hamilton right now because my SD card is not big enough to hold 3 hours of content. So I need to either clear space on my SD card, and it's not really my SD card, it's my brother's, so I have to talk to him about it, or get my own SD card. One or the other. So I will be finishing the challenge or punishment next week. Hey, new hat. Very cool. New hat, new button. Life is good. But I won't talk about that much. But I had a great first day in my department. I worked with lovely people, and I really think I'm gonna enjoy my time working for Whole Foods. I'd like to address something that is kind of scary and kind of down to earth and real, but it has to be discussed, even if only briefly. And that would be threats. And that would be any kind of threats. But the kind that I'm thinking of right now would be threats towards innocent parties, like schools and children and people who have not done anything wrong and who have not deserved to be treated terribly. I remember that in our senior year of high school, we had a code red, a real code red. It wasn't a drill, it wasn't anything like that. A threat was released by a student on social media, and within minutes we were in a lockdown situation, and the police were called and called into the scene, and they arrested the student who issued the threats. But it was still very scary, even though there wasn't any weapons involved. It was still very, very terrifying because we weren't sure what was happening, and we weren't sure what to do. Luckily, I mean, we were seniors in high school. I was the one that was there. You actually left school early that day, but I was still in the building, and so was your sister. But luckily, I was a senior at the time, so I was well versed in procedures and how to handle myself in situations such as these. But the scariest part was probably the fact that my teacher wasn't in the classroom at the time. I was in a small group classroom setting, so the teacher felt comfortable enough leaving myself and the one other student that was in the room to go and use the restroom. But then when the code was called, she had to stay there because there were other students in the bathroom at the time. That experience taught me a couple of different things. One, don't disregard safety procedures because you will use them. It is entirely possible that you will use them in your everyday life. And so the point I'm trying to make is threats are one of the scariest things in our world today, and knowing what to do in a situation, no matter how stupid or annoying it is to sit through a presentation that somebody's telling you, please just listen to them. Aaron, my question for you and everyone else is, do you agree with me? Do you think that knowing the procedures of what to do in an emergency is important and is valuable information? That's all I've got for you. Aaron, I will see you on Monday.